We're going to check temperatures everywhere. That's at the upper radiator hose, right where it should be. And we're going to check the lower radiator hose. Cooler, obviously, because that's the cool side of the radiator going to the engine. Radiator itself at the top should be warmer. And the radiator itself at the bottom, let me see if I can get it. Oh, we might be able to get the bracket. That's the cool side. Cylinder head. Exhaust manifold. That's the front bank. Exhaust manifold on the rear bank. And let's check the air conditioner and the heater. Engine is at operating temperature, idling. You can see the idle is very steady. We did a bunch of preventative maintenance work, set the timing back to factory settings, which is 3 degrees of ignition timing at the base. And it's holding your idle very, very solid. No check engine lights. Door lights on because I have the door open. Alternator is charging well. Battery is brand new. And for all the Land Cruiser guys that know, the D light works, which is very rare in these trucks. Let's check with everything at operating temperature, idling. Let's check through the heater and then the air conditioner. So we've got a brand new heater control valve we installed as well, factory genuine Toyota. I'm gonna set it to heat all the way. Set it to, let's see, high. We'll put the top vents so that we can measure the temperature. We'll give it a minute for the heat to kick in. There we go. So normal temperature in the car, the dash, and the seats, we're at about 66, 67 degrees, which is the temperature outside. And we're at about 87, 88. It's creeping up as the heater core heats up with the heater kicking in. We're at about 100. Let's give it a second and we'll measure again. We're at 93 over here, 106 on that vent, 101. Again, all the vents, plastic, everything is cold since the car's been sitting overnight. So it'll take it a minute to heat up to full temperature. I think you're gonna hover right around 110 as it gets to maximum heating capacity. 109. 112. Yep, so heater's working perfectly fine. This particular vent always gets hotter than the rest. If you're a Land Cruiser guy, the center vents are always going to be warmer than the outside ones. I think it's just the way the ducting is run. There we go, 111, 12. That one's getting up to 90 or so. And this one's at about 103. So heater, control valve, all of the hoses, all of that is new. Everything's working like it came from the factory, so you're going to have really good heat. Next, let's check the AC. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to give it a second. Roll this back down to the coolest setting. I'm not going to do auto because I don't want it to sit there trying to regulate temperature. I want it to blast the coldest air possible. I'm going to put it on AC, fan speed high. You can see the auto button is yellow, now it's green. I'm going to take it off of auto and just use my fan speed. And now the auto button is yellow again, so that means it's not on auto right now. If it was on auto, it would regulate the temperature based on the number you have it set to. If it's not on auto, it's just like an old school air conditioner. It's starting to get cold pretty quickly here. Let's see where we're at. And keep in mind, we just went from heat straight to AC. We're at 72, 70, 70, 67. We'll give it a minute, let those ducts cool down, because they were just seeing about 115 degree air, 120 degree air coming through the ducts with the heater, so it'll take just a second here. We're at 57, about 57, 58, 59, about 62, 58. I tell you what, the air coming out feels really cold. I think the plastics are still cooling down because they were on a heat cycle just a second ago. So we'll give it another few seconds. Let's see where we're at. 49, 50, we're at about 62. And again, this is taking surface temperature, not air temperature, so it takes a minute for all the plastics to cool off. That one's 53. We'll give it another few seconds, give you one more reading. Been restored really nicely. There's so much new parts in this car. All the shift knobs have been replaced. The steering wheel's been restored. It looks like original, but been restored. The leather on the door panels, front and back, all the seat leathers, seat foam. As you can tell, they're not saggy. They replaced the foam as well as the leather. The center console leather. The seats are up and down right now, but all of the back rows of seats worth of leather have been replaced as well as the door panels there and there. All of the carpeting is brand new. There's aftermarket mud, weather resistant floor mats in here that don't belong in a Land Cruiser. I'll leave those in as part of the sale, but if I were you, I would just grab some that belong in a 93 to 97 Land Cruiser. I think those are the years. Or if you can find the Lexus ones, since this is an LX450. Also, the JDM style cup holder is in this thing. We've got a lot of space if you're familiar with the Land Cruiser. There's tons of storage everywhere. Even though there's aftermarket speakers, the previous owners did keep the factory grills, which I'm really happy about, and on the back doors as well. I hate when people put aftermarket grills on there. It just makes it look non-factory. This has the factory grills. It's got the upgraded visors from the Lexus LS that the previous owner put in. They're a little bit bigger, but fit right up perfectly like they belong in here. Let's check the temperature one more time. All right, we're at 46, 45, 44, 43. On this one, we are at 38 degrees, looks like here. Right around, let's see if I can get that to the back of the vent. I can't get a straight shot in there from here, but we're about 55, it looks like. It keeps bouncing down to a lower temperature because it's reading different parts. That one's at 45. So after about another minute of this will drop down to about 37 or so from my previous experience with these. 37, 38 is going to be your air temperature coming out of here. And again, outside today we're at about 67 degrees, maybe 68 by now. It's still morning. We're at about 9 a.m. right now, so it still hasn't warmed up much outside, but we're going to get to a high of 76 today. 42. What is that? 40. Yeah, it'll still cool down a bit more from there. So that's the air conditioner. I'm going to turn it off before I freeze here. And I'll walk you through some other areas in the other videos as well. All right, here are some footage of driving at the intersection right now. I'm at operating temperature. Everything good, no lights. I do need some gas. Alternator's charging well. Idle is sitting right where it should be. And I'm in gear. If I put it in neutral, idle kicks up just a little bit. The air conditioner is on auto, set to about 70 degrees. It's about 70 degrees outside as well, so it's not working very hard. Let's put it back into drive. We got a green light. So let me get tracked straight, since this is a straight stretch of road. Hands off the driving wheel. It's dead straight. Road's a little banked this way and that way, so we're kind of going left and then right, but overall very, very straight. Hands are still off the wheel. Oh, now it's banked to the right, so I'm just creeping to the right. That is with partial throttle applied to get up this hill. I'd say about 10-15% throttle, so that's on the throttle. I'll get you another clip here in a second with no throttle applied, and then one with the brakes applied.